My research, broadly conceived, looks at the intersections of migration and food studies, and with support from this Frank Bryan Award, I'm doing research on the food access strategies and food security practices of Latino dairy workers here in Vermont. Food security, the way that it's defined by the USDA is sort of, regular access to food. And what's interesting about that is that the way that the USDA measures it is sometimes kind of incomplete. It's a quantitative measurement that allows you to understand food security at the household level. It is a good approach because it thinks about sort of continued access to food versus just absence in terms of hunger. So what we're doing this summer is, with the support from this award, is to use the USDA household food security module to understand the rate of food insecurity that migrant workers in the state are experiencing. And one of the things that we've started noticing already is that the proximity to the border, if a worker is living in the very northern part of the state, very close to the U.S.-Canada border, it seems like there's an increased fear and level of anxiety of leaving the home in general, whereas the farther south you get in the state, further away from that national border, people's access might be a little bit better and might be more connected to people's ability to get outside the home. What I think is really particularly the case here is that as a very white state, we are, I think, now the whitest state in the country, that for people who might not have documentation status, or for people who might not fit into that sort of normative understanding of what a Vermonter looks like, that impedes people's ability to be in public. And so I think what Vermont presents is an interesting case study because while we have really progressive politics in a lot of ways and have some really interesting sort of refugee resettlement efforts here in the Burlington area, we are a border state, and that means that within close proximity to the border that we have regular immigration enforcement circulating. So even though we're very far away from the U.S.-Mexico border, those same practices and politics are often really present here as well. People from all kinds of different cultural backgrounds and really different experiences are all living in the state, and hopefully this project will help illuminate some of that.